Now for the moment you have all been waiting for, the latest and greatest from Cathie Wood of ARK Invest and her latest predictions, including a $1.5 million Bitcoin price forecast. Let's break all this down and then we'll dive into our live Q&A. Massive shout out to everyone just joining the show. Make sure to let me know where you're tuning in from in the comments right down below. So yeah, ARK Invest's Cathie Wood believes that the convergence between Bitcoin and artificial intelligence will lead to a meteoric rise in the adoption of both technologies. In a new ARK Invest video update, Wood says she is looking at the adoption S-curves of both Bitcoin and AI. The S-curve is a mathematical graphic that shows the rate at which the users adopt a new product or technology. And here you're looking at that adoption curve chart. It shows you the total percentage adoption. It shows you the innovators, the early adopters, the early majority, the late majority, as well as the laggards. So according to Wood, both Bitcoin and AI are about to hit the phase of the S-curve where users adopted technologies at an unprecedented rate. The ARK Invest head highlights that the convergence between BTC and AI could massively accelerate the process. Quoting her here, new technologies, they start out slowly and then they gain momentum and you end up into the steep part of this S-curve. I think we are at the very similar point in both Bitcoin and AI. They are both moving into the steep part of the S-curve. So you have S-curves feeding S-curves, creating opportunities for explosive growth potentials. Now, Wood uses Tesla as an example of how tech convergences can serve as a catalyst for skyrocketing prices. Quoting her here, the first convergence that served ARK really well was Tesla. Most people thought that Tesla was an auto company. It is not, of course. It is the convergence amongst three of our major innovation platforms: robots, autonomous vehicles are robots and will be robots, energy storage, they will be electric. It is the most efficient and least expensive solution. And three, artificial intelligence. They are going to be powered by AI, autonomous taxi platforms. I think many people have been shocked by the explosive growth Tesla, and we haven't seen anything yet because autonomous hasn't happened yet. Yeah, and now she goes on to share a $25 trillion market cap prediction, which means she believes the market cap will increase by another factor of 2,100% in less than 7 years. Quoting her right here, if the institutions want to move in, that's going to be a lot of incremental demand for not that much more incremental Bitcoin supply. The only way to do that is to bid the price up. So according to Wood, she predicts that the institutional investment would send the current 1.13 trillion crypto market cap as high as 25 trillion by sometime in 2030. And Bitcoin would comprise more than half of the total market cap. The veteran investor says that ARK's base case for Bitcoin is a price of roughly $650,000 per BTC in 2030, and a more bullish case about double that. That's right. In fact, it's 1.48 million to be exact, which I'll be covering in great details. But first, here's the quote. It's the first global, private, digital, rules-based monetary system the world has ever known. That's a big idea. We think the total crypto asset market in 2030 will be valued at roughly $25 trillion. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Cathie Wood. Now let's break down the math more specifically regarding her $1.5 million forecast for the King crypto. As you can see in this chart, shows you Bitcoin is likely to scale into a multi-trillion-dollar market, which I just covered. She's predicting 25 trillion in the next 7 years. So the bear case is $258,500 Bitcoin by 2030. The base case is a $682,800 Bitcoin by 2030. And the bullish case, you can see here, 1.48 million per BTC in the next 7 years. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Cathie Wood. So Wood believes Bitcoin will continue to establish itself as an insurance option against inflation, and that everyone will want it at the end of the day. Cryptocurrencies protect wealth from outright confiscation, inflation, and the risk of loss to third parties when stored or transferred. With the adoption of crypto and regulatory and legal framework in place, interest in Bitcoin will grow exponentially. The SEC being flooded with applications to launch Bitcoin ETFs clearly indicates the same. ARK Invest teamed up with 21 shares and applied documents ahead of the investment giant BlackRock. The SEC had accepted this and other submissions as indicated in the public records. A decision is due on the 13th of August, which already came and went. And unfortunately, Mr. Gensler and the SEC decided to push it back to October, which is the next deadline. Some experts agree that BlackRock's participation and increases the chances of a positive outcome, which we all know is a given. Existing crypto funds have already experienced an influx of capital from institutional investors, not seen since Q4 of 2021, which is the same year and quarter when the Bitcoin price hit the current all-time high of 69,000 with over 700 million invested in Bitcoin in simply 4 weeks. So as you can see, here's another great chart when it comes to price targets. The 1.5 million forecast from Cathie Wood fits well with Bitcoin's 4-year cyclical cycle as outlined right here in this chart. Now, in the current cycle, with a record in 2026, Bitcoin will reach a maximum in the range of $100,000 to $1 million. And in the next cycle, with a peak in 2030, the price range from $1 million to $10 million. It's unknown whether ARK Invest was guided by the theory of cycles, but potential investors should consider that forecast. The mathematical models give only a conditional idea of future changes. So there you have it, fam. What are your thoughts surrounding Cathie Wood of ARK Invest and her 1.5 million price prediction for the King crypto, as well as a $25 trillion market cap, as well as the continued explosive growth of Bitcoin adoption, as well as artificial intelligence, AI? Let me know your honest thoughts, fam, in the comments right down below. That's what's up.